Well, good evening to you. I am Ryan Bloom with the Saturday, December 16th edition of the CBC Evening News. In our top story, sad note, a Bush Hall St. Michael family is mourning tonight after the sudden death of one of its youngest members. Lisa Bloom spoke with the family and files this report.
Life will never be the same again here at Motley Land Bank Hall St. Michael. What started out as a routine trip from here to Bridgetown for a haircut on Friday ended very badly for the King family. That's when they lost their loving, helpful, fun-loving, kind, and fiercely protective Tyreek. The 15-year-old's mother, with whom he was very close, was too distraught to speak on camera. She was with Tyreek when he went into Chafet because he complained of feeling unwell. He went to use the bathroom but never made it back home, collapsing and dying on the inside of the fast food restaurant. Tyreek's grandmother, Ismay King, says Thursday was the last time she got a hug from her grandson, who was always very affectionate. She recalls returning home from the hairdresser and Tyreek launching himself into her arms for a huge hug. Ismay and a family friend who did not give her name say Tyreek was a typical teenager. He loved playing video games, watching movies, listening to music, and going to church, where he would take part in various programs. The family says what is hard is that they don't know what caused the 15-year-old's death. He wasn't ill before the incident, although he suffers with asthma. But so far, there's no indication that was the cause of his death. Lisa Bloom, CBC News.
Thanks, Lisa. And of course, we at CBC also extend our condolences to the family. Also, Courtney Blackman has been heralded as a giant of a central banker whose visionary development of the institution in Barbados made it the envy of many abroad. And in the latest recognition of his stellar contribution, a facility in the central bank has been named in his honor. Ken Jerson has that story.
My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain.
In a ceremony of glowing tributes, Sir Courtney Blackman was depicted as a man of great intellect, who, as the youngest central banker of his time, created an institution that was well respected even beyond Barbados' shores.
When Sir Courtney assumed the governorship, modern Barbados had been politically independent for fewer than 6 years. He was at the time the youngest central bank governor. He therefore had a dual responsibility of building a first-rate central bank from the ground up and navigating the economic minefields of the day, as he played a critical role in helping to shape the modern Barbadian economy. Together, over 15 years, he and a dedicated group of staff built a bank that was a beacon for the rest of the region.
Tribute was also paid to his exceptional leadership skills.
Sir Courtney understood that the only way that the bank, a knowledge-based organization, could be that center of excellence was to invest in people by hiring, developing, and maintaining the best minds in Barbados. He prepared his staff for leadership and for the world.
The former central banker was also praised for the courageous way he stuck to his economic convictions.
Sir Courtney's fortitude was unflappable. In the face of public criticism, especially for arguing that there was a link between income, the balance of payments, and the stability of the exchange rate, he stood his ground when a lesser mortal might have sought cover. And what solid ground that has turned out to be.
Important to his vision for the central bank was headquarters that would be a gift to future generations, with facilities that could be used for cultural activities. It is one of those facilities, the Grand Salle, that now bears his name. Sir Courtney's insistence on construction of the Frank Coleman Hall and the Grand Salle is perhaps best understood in his statement of appreciation read by his son, Christopher Blackman.
In addition to maintaining the nation's economy, the central bank, and here I quote, is also about the prosperity of our country and the quality of life of our people.
Kent Jerson, CBC News.
Thanks, Kent. Well, 2017 has been a good year for the Barbados Investment and Development Corporation, or BIDC. This is according to Chairman of the Board, Benson Straker. He says the success, though, has come with challenges, adding that the corporation is already looking forward to next year.
There are many issues weighing not only on us, but on the entire island, including concerns about the global economy, changes in local economic environment, how these changes may affect our ability to deliver on our mandate, and the time it will get the economy growing strongly again. The new year will bring us its own mix of successes and challenges, but our direction is clear and we know what we must do. Our job is to continue to focus intently on what we can control, providing our clients with the best services and most comprehensive business solutions, managing our costs, elevating the BIDC and the brands of Barbados, and doing our part to get this economy moving forward.
Now, Mr. Straker was speaking during the BIDC Awards and Christmas Luncheon at the Savannah Hotel, where several long-standing employees were recognized for between 10 and 40 years of service. One person, Carmelita Belgrave, received the Retirement Award. The chairman thanked the staff and awardees for their commitment to the corporation over the years.
Your vision, hard work, and dedication has brought us through what has been a challenging year. We recognize the contributions of all those who are no longer with us today, but who make an invaluable contribution toward the attainment of our goals and who will remain forever etched in our hearts and memories. You are the reason that the BIDC is positioned as a key public sector agency.
Well, we'll take a pause here, but we'll be back with more news after the break.
It's Christmas time at Jordan Supermarkets. Shop today and enter their Spend and Eat competition. Just spend $50 or more in cash purchases and you could be a winner in the weekly draws or the grand prize draws in January 2018 at each location. 5 free $200 grocery shopping sprees each week and the final draw of $5,000, $4,000, $3,000, $2,000 and $1,000 from each location. Jordan's is giving away $100,000 in free groceries this Christmas. Come, spend, and eat.
My son had a drinking problem at college. I had no idea things could get so much worse, so fast. A friend suggested we try Al-Anon family groups, even though our son claimed his drinking was no big deal. I didn't want to go to an Al-Anon meeting, but I'm sure glad I went. Is someone's drinking troubling you? You might be surprised at what you can learn in an Al-Anon family group from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or go to alanon.org.
Welcome back. Well, Barbadians are snapping up the Barbados Agricultural Development and Management Corporation's range of products. One of those, according to Acting Commercial Development Officer Randall Banfield, is a seasonal cassava grape cake. He says orders have been pouring in for the product, which uses only local fruits and cassava as its ingredients. In fact, Mr. Banfield says the response is the same for most of the Carmita's line of products.
We are satisfied, but obviously there's always room for growth and improvement, and hopefully as the knowledge about the products come about and the benefits of them, both economically and health-wise, that we hope to see that it will pick up even more in the local market. We have been, this year, getting into more major retail outlets. So yes, we have seen an increase in sales, and like the flowers and the mixes that we have, they are moving and they're doing well.
Mr. Banfield was speaking to the CBC News during the BADMC's Christmas in the Valley and Farmers Market. A variety of locally grown produce was on sale, and later in the day, patrons were expected to take part in a ham yamming and karaoke competition. There should be smiles on the faces of many Barbadians this Christmas season thanks to the Love Day Project, which launched its annual activities in Queen's Park today. Project coordinator Terry Mexican Arthur says the event started 8 years ago after a group of Facebook friends came up with the idea to help others at this time of the year. He says they will be spreading cheer for the next 2 weeks, going straight through until January 2nd, distributing hampers within several communities.
We're just happy to be able to continue doing it. Thankful for all the donations. We know that this year was a year where people donated a lot to Dominica and the different islands, but they still kept back some for us, and we're very thankful for that. And you know, we keep growing and growing, and every year we keep getting bigger and bigger.
Who do you target specifically?
Children, elderly, less fortunate, and anyone that we meet, because you know we go through the streets and we knock on the houses, and whoever comes to the door, you know, it may be an elderly person, or you know, and maybe someone well off, but we still give them a gift and play some music, because we also take along a lot of musicians, just bringing some sunshine around Christmas time.
Well, the Love Day Project has partnered with the Barbados Vagrants and Homeless Society over the past few years to host the event. Miss Universe Barbados 2017, Leslie Chapman Andrews, is involved with the Breaking Bread charity, which feeds the homeless every Saturday in the park. She says the experience has changed her life.
It made me appreciate things in life a little bit more. Whenever I eat something, I think of them, and I try not to waste food, and you know, anything that I could bring for them as well. Like usually on Christmas we pack a little gift bag and we put things in them. Last year I know I picked a guy's name and he loved reading, and I just got some books at home that I haven't read in years and we don't use, and that he probably could have used, and I just got some gift wrap paper and put a nice little bow on it, and he was ecstatic.
Turning to news from the region now, within 1 week, more than 700 breathalyzer tests were conducted all across Guyana. Of that number, close to 100 people were found to be over the legal limit of alcohol consumption. Javon Vickery reports.
As part of the Traffic Department's Christmas policing posture, stringent patrolling and increased traffic stops will be established to minimize the possibility of road fatalities during the busiest time of the year. But while December has already recorded 7 road fatalities, including the death of 3 persons on the east coast of Demerara, there is now a growing concern about the manner in which persons are still drinking and driving. 731 breathalyzer tests were done during December 7 and December 14, with 94 persons found to have ingested beyond the legal limit of alcohol consumption. Traffic Chief Dion Moore, during a press conference on Friday, explained that the frightening figures are now a cause for concern, especially with Christmas Day just a week away.
Alcohol plus speed equals to accident. If you drive fast, you're under the influence, you will involve in an accident. You will cause someone to be involved in an accident. You might even cause someone to lose their lives. So this is from such practice. Let us all enjoy a happy Christmas and a rewarding and fruitful 2018.
The traffic chief called on citizens, especially partygoers, to use designated drivers. The Ghana Road Safety Council had endorsed the use of designated drivers, which they say has seen a reduction in accidents. But the business community will be playing their part to ensure accidents are reduced. Vice President of NextGen Global Marketing has teamed up with other businesses like Ansa McCall to give the same experience to designated drivers that partygoers usually have.
With the sponsors who've come on board and the promotions that we are doing, we want to make sure, as Chief said, a designated driver should be able to party with everyone else. See, people take the Christmas spirit a little bit too lightly. They mean it's not just one spirit. They imbibe the spirits rather than they celebrate the spirit. So we were trying this year a program that's going to be sponsored by Clubbrain, ourselves, the insurance companies, and Ansa McCall, whereby a designated driver coming to the parties or the events that we host will have unlimited non-alcoholic beverages at our expense for the entire night.
The traffic department is hoping that other business partners take up a similar challenge to ensure that there is no drinking and driving during the Christmas season.
Well, we'll take another break here, but sports news is next with Sean Green.